Alexander the Great, a name that will echo through history. His legacy is one of unparalleled conquest, ambition, and cultural transformation. We will take a short look at his life, the battles, the brilliance of the boy who would become Alexander the Great. Born in 356 BCE as Prince of Macedon, his father, King Philip II, is a powerful ruler. Philip hires Aristotle to tutor Alexander. Boy, I wish I had a teacher like that. My teacher was a middle-aged alcoholic that got fired for gambling with children. Anyways, he teaches Alexander about logic, ethics, and the natural world. These lessons shape Alexander into a future leader. At 16, Alexander gets his first taste of leadership. He crushes a rebellion, proving his capability. Tragedy strikes when Philip is assassinated in 336 BCE. Rest in peace, my old friend. Your kingdom is in good hands. At 20, Alexander ascends to the throne. He sets his sights on the Persian Empire. The young king is about to change the world forever. Alexander's campaign begins in 334 BCE. He crosses the Hellespont, a narrow strait separating Europe and Asia Minor. His army is smaller than the Persian forces, but they are highly trained and fiercely loyal to their young king. They are about to face their first test in a place called Granicus. The Battle of Granicus is a clash of civilizations. Greek phalanxes clash with Persian cavalry. Alexander, leading the charge, shows incredible bravery and tactical skill. He rallies his troops with shouts and gestures, his presence inspiring them to fight harder. The Macedonians are victorious, crushing the Persian forces and securing a foothold in Asia. This victory sends shockwaves through the Persian Empire. It establishes Alexander as a force to be reckoned with. He marches south, liberating Greek city-states from Persian rule. He's not just a conqueror, he sees himself as a liberator, freeing the Greeks from oppression. Word reaches Alexander of Darius III, the Persian king. Darius has assembled a massive army. He intends to crush the upstart Macedonian king and drive him back into the sea. The two armies meet at Issus, a narrow coastal plain, in 333 BCE. Sorry, brain snapped. Go again. The Battle of Issus is a legendary clash. Darius, from his golden chariot, commands a vast army. But Alexander, with his usual boldness, leads a cavalry charge right into the heart of the Persian lines. The fighting is fierce, the air thick with the clash of steel and the cries of fallen warriors. Once again, Alexander's tactics and leadership prevail. The Macedonians are victorious, routing the Persian army. Darius himself flees the battlefield, leaving behind his family and his treasure. This victory sends a clear message. Alexander is a serious threat to the Persian Empire. Alexander continues his march south. He encounters the island city of Tyre, a powerful naval base. The Tyrians refuse to surrender. They believe their island fortress is impregnable. Alexander, never one to back down from a challenge, begins a siege that will last for 7 long months. Section 4, Into the Heart of an Empire, Gaugamela and the Burning of Persepolis. After the fall of Tyre, Alexander marches into Egypt. The Egyptians welcome him as a liberator. In 332 BCE, he founds Alexandria at the Nile's mouth. But Alexander's ambitions don't end in Egypt. He meets Darius again at Gaugamela, near modern-day Mosul. The Battle of Gaugamela, fought in 331 BCE, is pivotal. Alexander's army, though outnumbered, is a well-oiled machine. They break through the Persian lines, scattering Darius's army. Alexander enters Persepolis, the ceremonial capital. He orders the city burned to the ground. Some say it's revenge for the Persian sacking of Athens. Section 5, the eastern limits, pushing into India and facing internal strife. With the Persian Empire in ruins, Alexander sets his sights even further east. He leads his army across the Hindu Kush mountains into India. He encounters fierce resistance from local rulers, but continues to push eastward, driven by an insatiable desire to reach the edge of the known world. In 326 BCE, he faces King Porus at the Battle of Hydaspes. The battle is fought on the banks of the Hydaspes River, now the Jhelum River in modern-day Pakistan. Porus's army includes war elephants, creatures the Macedonians have never faced before. Imagine the sight of that. I'd be hiding in the nearest tree. But Alexander, as always, adapts his tactics, using javelins and archers to unnerve the massive beasts. The Macedonians are victorious, but the battle takes a heavy toll. The victory at Hydaspes marks the easternmost extent of Alexander's conquests. But his army, weary from years of campaigning and longing for home, refuses to go any further. Alexander, though disappointed, listens to his men. He turns south, leading his army down the Indus River towards the Arabian Sea. Alexander the Great fell ill in Babylon in 323 BC and died at 32. With no direct heir, his empire was split among his generals. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on through his vast empire and cultural diffusion.